So when we're doing this inner peace work, meaning we contribute to peace in the world by clearing out stuff in ourselves, by looking at ourselves. So we have to look at what out there we criticize, what we put our energy into criticizing. And when we put our energy into criticizing something out there, we're actually giving it more power. When we give something more power in that way, we take our own energy away. Not that the world doesn't need that critique. The world definitely deserves that critique, and that the oppressor deserves that critique. But are we really changing the oppressor-oppressed dynamics when we send out the critique? The question is also, what do I have to confront in myself without that type of activism, without that type of critiquing the outside world? What is it that comes up for me then? Maybe a sense of helplessness, like what else can I do? Maybe a sense of insecurity, because that is a sense of security, to be on the right side, to know what to do, to be an activist. What comes up if we wouldn't give our power to critiquing? What is it that might be confronted in oneself? So these are just questions to ask in case you are interested in this type of inner work towards peace and want to ask yourself, what if I let go of the critique of the outside world? Something in it feels also like wrong to do, because it feels like you're saying, oh, I accept everything. But maybe not. Maybe it's not I accept everything, but maybe it's what is it that I am left with if I don't have the power to critique? What kind of power am I left with? And I'm definitely not saying that activism and action is not important. It's very important and it's very necessary. But if it takes away your power, and even the power goes to the very thing that you're critiquing because it takes away your energy, what good is it? What good is this type of activism? I'm not saying that all activism is wrong or bad. Don't take me to the extremes. But this is an opportunity to look at what we are maybe avoiding and looking in ourselves when we only critique the outside world and don't balance it out with something that we may be avoiding looking at in ourselves. And when we do that, clear out the layers in ourselves that we may have avoided, confront our helplessness, confront our insecurity, we get in touch with our own power. And with that power that's not caught up in the oppressor or oppressed dynamics that we wish to dismantle, with our own connection to ourselves, we can be much more productive, constructive activists, because we go out there in a more united front. And that is the type of peace work that I'm talking about. It's clearing, looking, removing, releasing, so that you can be a force of power and a force of peace in the world.